What's going on, fellow humans and resellers? It's I, James, RedemptionAgency.com, 22 years selling full-time on eBay, and it's Monday morning. So we got eBay orders, we've got a couple of True Gather orders, and one Posh order from Friday. Nothing over the weekend. Surprised. All right, we're going to get into stories, new adventure, and what the hell is wrong with eBay again today. All right, well, crap, where do I start? Let me first decline this, since I countered at $3 difference. He recountered it 30 cents difference off of his. Nope, go away. You don't really want it. All right. So where do I start? Well, let's see. We'll start with Jan news first. She was driving down the highway one day, and somebody on the passenger side was probably on the phone, texting or something, sideswiped the car, scraped it up, scraped the mirror up, and then took off. Maybe a few weeks after that, we didn't get it fixed. We got it looked at, and they were talking like $2,000. We're like, we're just leaving it. A little cosmetic damage. She's turning from the McKelvey onto the Rock Road. It's a 2-lane turn. She's here. As they turn, this guy just sideswipes her, breaks the mirror. Doesn't break the mirror, but breaks the casing off the mirror. The mirror falls off. He takes off. So now we've got damage on both sides, plus scraped up the underneath the mirror where the mirror went in and kind of scraped up the car. So now we got damage on both sides. Had it looked at, $6,000 in damage. Of course, you try to avoid insurance because insurance is a scam, and once you use a claim, they just raise your rates. The scam, the American scam, insurance. That's just, put me in president. I'll take care of them damn insurance companies. Piss me off. And we hardly ever use any claims. We usually don't have any issues. So Adrian goes to get dinner last night, takes Jan's car. Getting off the highway, a 2-turn thing. He's turning. Somebody takes the mirror off this time. The driver's side mirror takes off. 3 hit and runs in a matter of about 2 months. So she's like, I'm done with the car. I can't take it no more. So she took my car today, since she don't have a mirror and she's blind in the left eye. So she'll be driving my car until we figure out what we're going to do. So we are just going to trade it in like it is and let the dealership repair it and sell it. Or do we just do a claim, pay the $1,000 deductible, and get it all fixed, then trade it in? So it's kind of sad when you have to try to decide what you want to do because you don't want your freaking rates to go up. It's pretty damn sad. And what's wrong with people today? Hit and runs. They just passed the law in Missouri that if you're even holding your phone, you're going to get a ticket. So, but it ain't going to change anything. You see people just driving down the highway, literally consistently. So I'm driving the beat up Volvo for the next foreseeable future. Next up, on the creative, positive, moving forward side, I started another YouTube channel yesterday. Like, I don't have enough now, right? But I took it back to the roots. The name of the company is Just Music and Games. That's where I started. That's the actual legal name of the corporation. Just Music and Games. And I love making just flip videos of the media on listing. And I was going to do it. And I'm like, I'll put it on this main channel. And I'm like, no, putting that stuff on the main channel drags down the main videos on this channel. The pooling video and this video. And it just tanks them. You guys don't see them, don't watch them, whatever the case may be. So I'm like, no, I'm just going to start another channel. So I open up another channel, Just Music and Games. Link is below with all the other channels. And I'm just going to be doing flip throughs of music. But this one, I'm going to probably be engaged with more just because I love music. So if I guarantee I'm going to come up with something music related other than reselling to put on there, and instead of just flipping through, whether that's talking about bands or music and whatever, because that's been my passion since I was 13 years old, music. So I'm sure a lot's going to go into that over time, and will develop into something. Then also I got the hat channel, which I show the hats, and then every weekend I'm going to do hats that sold this week, which I did one Saturday. Then we got the sold business, which that one's taken off the best, showing top 10 most expensive type items sold on eBay recently. Yesterday's video was vintage spiral notebooks. So I think out of all those, that's probably one that most of you guys would want to follow over the other ones. But I'd appreciate any subscribes to any of the channels to help me push them into monetization. So any support you can give on those would be great. And then the Dolly Does Whatever. Just having that one's my fun release goofy channel. So I've got today's video scheduled for 7 p.m. Central and tomorrow's video scheduled for 7 p.m. Central. So that one's taken care of for a couple of days. And then, is that it? Don't even remember anymore. I got so many damn channels. The Soul Business Dolly and the Hat channel. Yep. And then Just Music. So any support would be greatly appreciated. Yeah, we're 205 subscribers on the Sold Business, so that one's taken off the quickest thus far. Dolly's second with 135 subscribers. The Hat channel third with 88 subscribers. And Just Music, I originally had 25 on there when I was doing metal music on there. That's the one I changed over. So we've gotten 10 extra overnight. So 35 subscribers on there. So we're gonna see how many of these are monetized in the next 12 months. So September, fall of 2024, how many will be monetized? I'm hoping for at least, I'm pushing for one, hoping for two. So we'll see. Just gonna have fun with it. It's just having fun. That's the only way I'm looking at any of this, because if you don't, it's all work. And I love what I do, so might as well see what I can turn it into. So yesterday on eBay, this weekend on eBay. So Friday I did $629. Okay-ish, little low. Saturday had sales coming in pretty much all day. Made it up to $896 until about 7 or 8. I think it was 8 p.m. Everything shut off. Between 8 p.m. and 2 a.m., I think I did like $30. So sales all day, then 8 p.m., it literally just shuts off. And I think it was one sale per hour for the next 6 hours. So the whole shutting off thing again, it just makes me sick. Then yesterday, up until about 7 p.m., I only had $250. So if you know my channel, or you know you've been watching enough, you know I usually do $250 overnight when the site's working properly. So I had $250 by 7 p.m. And I had like about 4 hours where nothing was sold. On a Sunday, which was always my biggest day, made it to $537. So, total disaster. I've had a couple of you guys reach out and say that you click on an item and it says can't be found, try again later. I've had 3 customers say that to me. So, more technical issues. That's hurting sales. Along with whatever the hell they're doing with this new algorithm setup. That's supposed to be like a learning algorithm or something I kind of read. But I'm not really paying too close attention to it. The whole site's just screwed anyway. So, like I said, it's hard to learn from something that the rules change literally on an hour-by-hour basis. But I was shocked that no Posh sold this weekend. No Posh on Saturday or Sunday. So I was like, wow. So that's 3 days this month with no sales on Posh. So, but to be fair, I haven't put anything new up on Posh for about 3 days. So that's my fault. I've been moving over into Vendu and then taking pictures all weekend, plus getting the other channels and stuff set up. Also, there's another link below called All Things James. It's my old Soul Cave Facebook page, which has just been laying dormant pretty much and has about 3,000 followers on it. And it's just sitting there. So I go, you know what? I'm just changing that to an All Things James page. And then I'm going to put all my videos on that page on Facebook to kind of push them, put them out there and promote them. So, and then also I hooked that page up to eBay. So when this whole share thing happens or works better or whatever, sharing items onto Facebook, I'm going to share what I list on Facebook. So it's going to be All Things James. Whatever I put up there is just, whatever I'm doing. So just like a big promotion page for everything I do. So if you want to follow that, you can click that link below too. So all those links are below. Today, right now, we're at 9:42 a.m. I'm at $115. And I think I was down to for the past 31 days, down to only 9% down for the month. Now I'm back up to 11.2. I would not be surprised if tomorrow I'm back up between that 15 and 16 mark, where it seems like it wants to keep me every month going down 15 to 16%. Let me see what the splits look like for Saturday and for Sunday, the difference in the days. So, beautiful Saturday, 24 organic, 40 promoted, 64 items. Perfect sale day up until 8 p.m. Everything was humming along because I had 60 items by 8 p.m. I ended with 64. I know one of them I canceled because they wanted it shipped UPS or FedEx only. No USPS, but paid for USPS media mail. And then UPS was like $3 or $4 more. And I'm like, not doing it. I'll lose money. So I canceled that one. See if he left negative feedback for me. Nope. Surprised. Alrighty. But then yesterday, let's see, organic 10, promoted 23, 33 items. So almost half of what I did Saturday for Sunday. Same amount of page views, supposedly. Same amount of impressions, supposedly, only off by 10,000. But if people were clicking on my items and not being able to buy them, what are you going to do? Except get screwed. This morning, 3 promoted, 1 organic. So today I've got 2 videos for the new channel, Just Music. I've got a CD flip video and a DVD video game flip video. So if that's your thing and you like, you can check that out. And then I'll probably end up doing some media solds on there, and maybe like some artists breakdowns and what sells by certain artists, like Michael Jackson's biggest sellers, or it's kind of take the sold business and kind of do the type of thing over there, but change it up a little bit, make it more about the music as opposed to being what's sold. So I don't know, I'm going to have fun with that one too. So it all depends on, I just got to plan this all out during the day while still listing and taking pictures and stuff. So, but I feel like I don't understand how people can sit around and do nothing. Like, I've got to be busy and doing something. And what's weird is the people I know who like to sit around and do nothing because they actually say it, they're the ones who's always complaining about everything in life, complaining about money. They don't have the money for this, and they don't have the money for that. They can't do this. They can't do that. And then they just like to sit around all the time. Well, hello. 1 + 1 = I mean, get up and do something. Everybody wants to complain, but nobody wants to, not everybody, obviously, but the people who want to complain just don't want to do anything to change it. They just want things to change while they're still sitting around doing nothing. And it doesn't work that way. Just doesn't work. But still, looking at all this, it's all red. I should be in green in September. We're more than halfway through September and I'm still going down. This has not happened in the last 22 years. It's just sickening. 17%, that's all impressions. Let me go into the sales thing. But still, the impressions, of course, supposedly leads into that. So, last 31 days compared to last month, down 11%. Quantity sold, down 11%. Total buyers, down 10%. Compared to last year, let me do this month as a whole compared to last year. And we ran into a problem and can't show sales metrics information now. Please try again later. All right. So this month compared to same period last year, and I see people commenting, you should not compare to last year. You should. That's what business is all about. Comparing your numbers this year for year-over-year growth. You compare year today with last year's today. This year's month to last year's month. That's how you know if you grow year-over-year when it comes to business. Because you may have a bad month or a bad day, but if you're not growing year-over-year, there's a problem. Well, there's a huge freaking problem. So this month, compared to the same period last year, down 37%. Quantity sold, down 31%. I've got to figure this out. So, and obviously now these are not my final numbers since I've got a little bit of Poshmark orders to add into that. This is always plus the international websites, eBay websites, plus the True Gathers, plus Bonanza. So those all take in the tail to it. And with the business bottom line, obviously the YouTube money goes into the bottom line of business. I just try to look at that separately because I'm not a relier on YouTube, and I'm never going to be. Because if I can't pull an eBay business, I'm not using YouTube to, hold that up or crutch, put a crutch there, because then you're not running a resale business, right? You're running, what would you call it? If you're making content about reselling, but yet you can't perform a profit on your reselling side, but you can on the content you create for your reselling business. What do you technically call that? You know? A poser business? The business of posing. The poser business. The fake reseller. The poser. That's what you call that. And I haven't been that for 22 years, and I sure the hell ain't going to start now. So over the weekend, I had the yard sale video I put up where I hit the neighbor's yard sales. Got some good stuff. And he already shipped it out. But if you did or did not watch the video, the first video was vintage clothes from the oldest neighbor on the block. Oldest meaning the longest time here, not age. The longest time here. And then, so it was $40 there and $39 there I spent. And $40 at the newest neighbors on the block. And at where I've got newer stuff, the first one I got more vintage stuff. So in the newest one, I got some Affliction stuff. And the Affliction hat already sold for $40. So I made my money back on the second yard sale in one sale. So that was good. So that was gone. So that was good to see. So I'm just, I don't know. That's kind of like the point of my new channels too, to try to push more people into my store. With the hats, with the, I guess the sold business, all my stuff's promoted below it, but that's more a YouTube-driven channel, trying to get the people who like watching countdowns and expensive things type of thing, along with, if you're a reseller, you can learn from it. The Just Music, obviously, is going to be trying to push people to the store to buy music. The hats to push people to the store to buy hats. So, and then the Dolly is kind of like a mascot promoting the business, if you will. She works for the business. So once that gets bigger, I'll start incorporating more business style funnies and goofiness into that one to try to push people to the business. So yeah, I'm doing that. Plus, obviously, you know, shifting more into clothing, getting more hats up, pushing the hats channel as being I am the #1 pre-owned hat seller on eBay and have been for a while, ranked by the eBay page thing. If you don't know what that is and you wanted to see what you are, if you go into your seller hub and go into performance, click on performance, then over to the right, it says download listing quality report. You hit that, it'll pop, you can pop it open in like an Excel and then kind of go through it and it'll tell you what your ranking is in each category on eBay, your sales ranking. So mine says #1 in pre-owned men hats. I didn't check the women's hats and kids hats, but I didn't check anything other than the pre-owned hats actually. So, but just going to try to keep that growing bigger because I've got a lot of people on my tail because of these videos I make. So a lot more people doing it. So I need to get my percentage base up to stay in the lead. And then obviously clothing, while keeping the media going also. The media is big, still a big seller. So, and I can list it the quickest. So I just got to find one day to dedicate to media and leave all the rest of them to clothes, hats, and other stuff, shoes and toys and whatever. So I need to pick one day and do media only on those days. So maybe I'll use I'll use Mondays as the media days. I like that. I think that might work. Monday's probably the day it takes me the longest to get going, so I can cram more into the day. So I think maybe I'll do that. All right. Let's do a couple quick questions and comments, and then we'll get into shipping since I'm talking kind of a lot. Amazon on fire all weekend. eBay maybe 6 sales all weekend, down 31% over 31 days. we are in trouble, folks. And that's the thing, too. I think I've got about 15,000 more items listed today than I did a year ago. But yet I am continually down every month. It's not, as I said many times, I am looking forward to the next quarter numbers for eBay, because I got a feeling if they're mirroring what we are experiencing, they are going to be crashed. After being a hobby economist since I was 16 and now follow closely with environment concerns, I've come to the conclusion this isn't a short-term trend, and it is way bigger than eBay. Yeah, as I've said, it's like the perfect storm. We got the economy, and you can always break it down into more details. The next generation not shopping eBay, right? Hell, from how much of the next generation, doesn't work at all and still lives at home. Not just the next generation, but a couple of generations in there. So, you could always micro break it down to individual stuff like that too, which seems to be trending, but hopefully that's not like a long-term issue. That's more of a short-term issue, hopefully. The entire planet is switching to preservation mode as we are sadly running out of many resources too quickly. I don't see we're running out of resources. The planet will kill us before we run out of resources. That's the way I look at it. That's the main cause of inflation too, chasing too few goods. But see, right now I feel the inflation is controlled. Why are we still having pipeline issues? And I don't mean oil pipeline, I mean consumer pipeline issues. Why is there still issues going on? There shouldn't be. China's exploding. Why are there still demand issues going on? It doesn't make any sense. It feels very controlled. There should be no reason, just like the whole trying to switch to electric overnight. It's not happening. It can't happen. There's people who can't afford it, obviously. Then there's people, I could go get an electric car. But you know what? I like taking long trips down back roads. I'm not getting an electric car. It's just not happening. If I find out myself that I'm staying in a small town and the nearest gas station is 40 miles away and the nearest electric station is probably who knows how far away, I'm not doing it, It's just not happening. So I feel it's just a bad situation all around with everything right now. I feel like it's all being controlled down to what they're making you think. I made a statement yesterday where, does woke even exist? Or is woke an act being put on by government and media to help create division and create ratings? It's almost like does the woke really exist? Because are people really that stupid on some of the things that are said? Like calling literally almost everything racist, right? You go out in the street, if you live day to day, racism is a hell of a lot better than it was in the 80s. But yet they make it seem like it's the worst time for racism in the history of mankind. And then you throw all this other stupidity on top of it. It feels like it's all generated for control, for part of the whole just control situation. And division. It just makes no sense. That's why everything now feels fabricated. From the economy to inflation to woke to BS, it all feels fabricated. And whether that's the media alone or the government with the media, definitely the media. We all know that. because they only just like the media today is an example of a clickbait YouTube video. It's just there to pull you in to get the ratings and keep you there with fear, anger, because it's proven fact that happy-go-lucky, positive videos get less views than angry, negative videos. It's just a fact. I've shown that fact across my channel for quite a while. When I bitch about eBay and put the thumbnail to bitch about eBay, those videos go crazy. I put more of a happy tone, that video tanks. It's a known fact what sells. And if you're in the business of selling, it's all fabricated. Everything is fabricated right now, and it's just dragging not just us down with it, but feels like American society is being dragged down with it. Like if we were what we should be, we would not feel like we're still living in yesterday's world, right? You got these other countries that's doing tomorrow type stuff with technology and building and self-sustained cities or whatever, the wall or whatever that's called in Abu Dhabi or wherever. You got countries like that are just going to surpass the U.S. by far. I mean, they already, percentage-wise, for in existence, they already are. So, it doesn't make sense anymore. I'm glad I'm not living forever. I'm glad I'll be dead soon. Let's just put it that way. Just stumbled across your page and I like it. Remind me of one of my reseller friends. Man, my sales are slow as heck over a year. I'm trying everything, listing every day, bundling, reducing prices, adding quality items. My pictures are ridiculously nice. Running promotions and markdowns, sharing to Facebook groups, sharing to my pages on Facebook and IG, business pages, adding freebies. Oh my God, it's ridiculous to not get sales for days. I've had the same Minnesota hat from Dairy Queen, and I was going to sell it for $12. Oh, I guess, okay. Let's not fight over chickens and turkeys. James will be chewing gum on his shipping videos now. What was that? I'll be chewing bubble gum and kicking ass, and I'm all out of gum. I had the same thing happen on CDs. I ended and sold similar 200, and 6 came up with no artist or genre in item specifics. One had lost the photo. Yeah, I've even got like hats and stuff listings that are losing like photo number 6 or photo number 5 now. So I'm having like pictures within the listing dropping now too. Servers went down middle of prime time West Coast, 8 p.m. This was listed yesterday. As it comes up, I got what I would call an annoying question on one of my listings from a few days back. I went ahead and answered it to customer service as much as possible, but frustrating. Store has been dead. I've added 1/10 of the entire stock value. Past the few days, still dead. Might be time, in the very least, that figure out how to duplicate to Mercari. And that being said, Vendu, you guys have been going crazy with my Vendu link below. Affiliate Vendu link below, say 25% on your first month. I think I had like 10 this weekend. I'm like, holy crap, you guys. And then I had about 20 Poshmark signups through my link. So I'm like, crazy. So yeah, everybody, like this weekend felt like the pivotal point for a lot of you guys. because my Vendu went crazy, my Poshmark went crazy. You guys were signing up. Also, if you need listings, obviously below, Giro Pack, save 10% on your order. Lowest price bubble mailers and poly bags online. All right, let's get to listing this stuff because I got lots of works to do today. But all right, let's do these true gatherers and stuff first. The one Posh from Friday. Which I think was on the pooling video. Friday. Whoops. Why am I clicking it? Click the wrong thing. Oh, that's right, James. All right, that's the Raleigh towel. Picked up the Benz, Cardinals and Cubs, and it sold for $16. Just trying all the new stuff I can, you know, just kind of keep the ball rolling, keep things going in a positive direction, something. Let's see here, PayPal. What are you doing? Why are you stuck here? Alrighty, we got a True Gatherer order. Jennifer Beckham, My Mama's Prayer CD, sold for $9.50. Just gonna keep listing. That's all I can do. Keep cross-listing. Keep making videos. Just keep trying to. I think, you know, the kind of the way I'm looking at it is keep growing. Obviously with eBay, but since the monetary part of eBay is not growing with the item count, then try to grow that in other aspects with the Poshmark cross-listing, with creating new channels. What the hell? Come on. Then hopefully, with all of that growing, when eBay does start working right and pops off, and then I'm back to $1,000 plus days on eBay, and then also have the Poshmark on top of it, and then if I have 2 monetized channels on top of that, just that will be the ultimate, you know. Then I can go back into like really just feeling like what you're doing is motivate, you know. It goes back, get back into that motivation mode when you see the results of what you're doing. And as I've said before, and I have to keep saying it, because if you're just stuck with getting no results from all the work you put in eBay, it brings you down. It drags you down. Not just financially, but mentally. It just kills you. And since I started cross-listing and playing with these new channels and actually seeing results monetarily from actually when you're doing something, you see the results monetarily. Just even if it's a little bit, it helps pick you up. Just seeing the view counts grow on YouTube because you put out a video, so you got a couple more views or subscribers. You know, you're seeing results from your work. Whereas eBay, you can work 12 hours every day for a week and you go down. So just doing these other little things has just changed my whole perspective or my whole attitude, I should say. BMW championship hat sold for $9.50 on TrueGather. And then that in turn is the fuel you need to keep going, to stay positive, to, keep a nice, fresh mindset going. Amen. Oh, and I did it again. Let me add the truck numbers. What is going on with PayPal today? So, yeah, I suggest to, do something other than eBay to try to to change your frame of mind. Because I just let eBay drag me down way too long, being too dedicated. And I just put that on the wrong one. I knew I was doing something wrong. You're already using this for another transaction. Now I gotta change that one first. All right, James, pay attention until you get done with this. Gotta go here. Which one is that? 3B. Why are you not letting me pick this? Ah, 3B. 7. This is the only bad thing about TrueGather, is the whole non-quickness of the whole situation. And now your stamps are just going to stop on me now? Come on. Alright. And like even PayPal, I mean, when they updated, they made it worse than it was before. I don't understand why companies, when they update, they go backwards. Alright, so that is this. Did it change? No. So let me guess, you're not going to let me put that in here now because it's the same. When I went and tried to change the other one. Nope, got it. Cool. All right. Pain in the booty hole. Pain in the booty hole. All right. Now I'm done with that. I can get to the normal stuff. Another Vendu this morning. Thank you guys. Much appreciated. Much appreciated. All right, where am I at? Okay. Now, not pool. Purchase shipping. That's good to go. Combine orders per buyer. Sure. Wonder if that was the Australia one. Nope. There's Australia. There's Australia. Spain. All right, 3 internationals. All right. Finally. First up, we've got, are you ready for a postcard lot? So we got 6 postcards. Again, what's with that? They started selling last week. They've been up for a year, but now all of a sudden they're starting to sell. So weird. So 6 different postcards from that. I think they're all from the same trip that person took. So you have that one. And if you want to read them, you can pause them. That one. That one. That one. Guess I can look at the addresses to see if they're all the same person. Yeah, just different names, I guess. Or they just call them different. But all going to the same spot. Okay. And this one. And this one. And these all sold for, I think it was like $42. So $7 a piece. So pretty good there. We got 2 by 6 by 1. Gordon. Next up, we've got an Umzel t-shirt. It's been in the store for several years. Sold for $7.50, headed to Raleigh, North Carolina. The postcards are headed to Maryland. And today we've got a designer for the kitchen coming out. This kitchen's 30 years old. Still has the same stove. We haven't had a working stove in probably 10 years. We just use the gas top, which I've replaced from the 30-year-old one with like just one I found at Lowe's, like an open box when I paid like $200 for it. Replaced that, and then we bought an air fryer. And we haven't had a working stove in forever. The ice box has been broken. The water ice thing. Power surge killed it probably about, let's see, my dad's been gone, going on 2 years. So probably about 4 years ago, Power Surge took that out. And it wasn't that old. And Samsung wouldn't, I will not buy Samsung anything anymore. Because they're impossible to get to talk to. Because it's a third party. And then they want to charge you just to come out. They don't guarantee I will never use Samsung again. But next up, we got this Titanic figure. Sold for $13.64, headed to Georgia. So, yeah. And then, there's so much dirt and grease with dirt stuck to the grease built up on the cabinets and stuff. They've been kind of cleaned over the years, but it's just, it's an old, tired kitchen. 30 years old, most of it. And it's just become a big catch-all. Nobody sits at the table anymore. It's just, everything gets thrown on the counters and on the table. And Adrian likes to cook, and I don't like getting food out anymore because everybody always messes everything up. Literally every time we go, something's messed up. Every time we get something to eat out, it's messed up. No matter if it's Cracker Barrel or Jack in the Box, it's a train wreck. Every time. 12 by 8 by 6. And, it's just nobody cares anymore, but can you really blame them? The way society feels like it's trying to bring everybody down. How can you expect people to be, happy and care when it costs $6 for eggs and whatever, it's just, when everybody's pushed to the limit, nobody cares, All right, we got, are you ready for a CD line? 7 CDs. I think it came to $34 total, something like that. Headed to California. Oh, the more I talk about it, the more I feel like I'm my parents complaining like they did when I was young about the world today. It's crazy the changes that go on from when you were 20 to when you're 50. And how more and more is just taken from the human race when it comes to rights or freedoms or money, which goes back to freedom. It's just, I don't know. With every generation, we lose more and more. It's crazy. I guess I'm just, I don't know, not in a bad mood. I'm just in a sour mood today for some reason. Probably car. Have to deal with that now. Still dealing with eBay. Alright. Get out of your sour mood, James. Okay. And media mayo. Philip. I think today I'm gonna go look for me a frozen Coke since I didn't get one over the weekend. Make me feel better. We got Kansas City Chiefs little toddler hoodie. Headed to California, sold for $9. Maybe that'll make me feel better. Get a little sugar in my system, I guess. Probably been miserable because I hadn't slept for 2 days because of my sinus. Sinus pressures have been killing me. Keeping me up most of the night. Yesterday, or last night, I actually slept throughout the night, so that was good. Cassandra. So, but now I'm just thinking, I've got the expense of the car now, whether that's the deductible or just dealing with it, getting a new card, and because that Volvo is almost paid off. It's like at 14, and now we've been putting the kitchen off forever. So she's just ready to do a kitchen. So there's going to be another 30 grand. And so it's like eBay's going down. My expenses are going up. We got Siesta Key hat. Sold for Michigan. Or going to Michigan, sorry. Sold for $9. So any support you guys can give me subscribing to those other channels, please do. Whether you put them on watch in the background or whatever. Please do. Oh, man. Yeah. We'll make it through. No big deal. It's only money. It's only stress. It's only time. We'll be dead soon anyway. But hey, we work hard, so when you work hard, you deserve to have nice things. Thundering Rainstorm cassette headed to California. Sold for $6. There's a lot of Californias today, huh? That's a good thing. Normally it's just all centered. Don't you fall. Since you wanted to go, you'll get to go. All right. That is Heidi. And now this one won't ride at all. It's just all water. Heidi. Next up, we've got some Nautica men's dress pants in the brown color. And that sold for $17.50, headed to Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Hi, baby girl. I cleaned up my office yesterday and I moved her bed. Whoops. I moved it in the place where she likes to lay when there's a thunderstorm. But she wouldn't get in it yesterday, so I'm going to leave it there for the week. And then if she don't get into it, then I'll put it back. Hold on a minute. I'm going upstairs and closing this back door because I swear I just heard footprint and nobody's here. Didn't see anybody. All right. Angel. Where did that come from? Why is that here? All right, next up we've got, are you ready for a CD live? We got Rolling Stones Go Ahead Soup without a cover, Atlanta Falcons, and ZZ Top. $9.17 of $31 or $21 for all three. Get off. Okay. 10. And it would be Chad. Next up, we've got Bad Moms DVD seal. So for $5, headed to Ohio. Ohio. But get in there. I just gotta not worry about any of the other stuff and just keep having fun with my videos. This will not come off there. Ah, fun. Because it feels good having fun with something that could pay off, you know? Meaning it could, you know, get monetized one day type of thing. So it's fun playing with something that could turn into something, as opposed to just sitting around playing video games or something like that. That would most likely lead you to nowhere unless you're streaming them or something. Garth Brooks promo CD single, disc only. Sold for $17.50. Headed to Georgia. Also, I've got a new camera coming, a webcam. It's a 4D webcam, and it's supposed to have AI and follow you around the room when you move and stuff. So I may end up doing something with that if it's kind of, you know, really cool. Gavin. I was thinking, but I like to have my music, so I only pick like a day here, a day there to do it, but have a separate channel, another channel. Kind of like Paul or Amy or Dan does, where they put the live stuff on the separate channel and just literally let it play. And then you'll see me from listing stuff to making a dolly video. It'd be like a behind the scenes type of thing where you'll see what I do throughout the day, from listing to taking pictures to making a dolly video or making a top 10 video. How I, just a total behind the scenes type of thing. Oh, this is international too. Sorry. Let me take that out there. Remove. All right, so that's all the US stuff. And have it like a work along type of thing, But maybe do it 2 days a week or something like that. And literally run it for 6, 7, 8 hours. Let me know if that sounds interesting to you guys. I have to get it. I wouldn't be able to do the top 10 because that's done on the computer screen. So if I'm already using the computer screen for that channel, that wouldn't happen. But you could see like me doing a hat video or a media flip video or whatever also too. So I don't know, I thought it might be kind of cool, just something different. So then if I walk across the room to grab stuff, it'll follow me, You'll just see the whole room as a whole. So I have to find a good place to set it up. It sounds like fun. And then, like I said, the way I'm kind of looking at all these new channels is it doesn't feel like extra work. It feels like I'm just getting paid extra. Well, they're not paid because they're monetized, but they could be, to do what I already do. It takes the extra second to film it, obviously, and then to make a thumbnail. So for each video, I'm probably adding another 10 minutes of my day, 10 to 15 minutes, by doing the video, since I'm not editing. So I'm kind of looking at it like, okay, am I going to give up 10 minutes, 15 minutes, let's just say 15 to 20 minutes, play it safe, 20 minutes of my day for each video, when that video could be monetized and make $10, So I'm kind of looking at it like that. Of course, I got to put in my due and build the channels. I mean, not to play any guilt trips, but it'd be nice if you guys would just, like it if you haven't, and subscribed. And but that's all right. That's all right. That's okay. Because the goal was to get other viewers who, who's to say those viewers, new viewers on those channels, won't turn into viewers on this channel. So it could be like, helping one channel helping the other out. So trying to play them all together and see what happens. So print USP. Let me print that up since you won't let me print it at night. Now we go pirate ship. Refresh. Fresh. why this is here. Oh, this is the one I canceled. So I need to figure out where that goes back into. That's the canceled order. That's what it was. All right, we got Breathe cassette single. Headed to Spain. Sold for $10. Just the hope that the channels grow is kind of just, that's the fuel for me to keep doing them, you know, to plus fun on top of it. Fun first and foremost. What the heck is going on here? Okay. Yeah, fun. Because as I've said before, I haven't worked in 22 years. I'm not going to start now. It has to be fun. Right, Courtney? And now I need a number for a cassette. Gosh, to have the fun. 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 All right. All right, I just put J Spear logo, and it sold. Headed to Australia. Sold for $17.23 Australian, which is probably like $12-ish US, somewhere in there. My sinuses are messed up. I can't tell if I'm smelling something outside of my nose or if it's inside my nose. I got a whiff of like hot electronic smell. It's probably my phone from using it so much. We got Real Tree hat, headed to Australia. Sold for $17 also. Any boxes? I'm already down to 175 hat boxes left out of 500. I seem to go pretty quick. Better order some supplies before the end of the week. I need some vinyl boxes too. Some record boxes. It's a record man. Seven, yes. All right, one more item. My nightmare item. From last year at this time when we went to the Smoky Mountains. I stopped in Nashville, the Benz. Didn't listen to my instincts, listened to Jen instead, and left behind like 100, 150 of these CDs. I'm down to one left. Sold for $31.50. But we will be in Nashville at the Benz November 4th. And I like the bigger, dirtier one better. The dirtier one. So we'll probably be at that one. Not the one that's by all the corporations and warehouses and stuff, but the other one that's like in the urbanish area. So probably November 4th. I think it's a Saturday. Because check-in is not till Monday at the Smoky Mountains. So we'll be taking the long way, playing. Or Sunday, maybe it's a Sunday. Maybe the 4th is Sunday. I'll figure it out better when I get closer. Why is that smell stuck in my nose? Just here it stops again. Started cleaning the pool, prep it for close. Did that Saturday. Gotta do a little bit more today. I keep the pool running until it starts freezing. If I catch all the leaves as they're falling, I go out there 3 or 4 times a day, clean out the skimmer basket. Hell of a lot easier to open. You don't have to pull the cover off. That pushes all the junk into the pool. And then you're like, pain in the ass of vacuuming that stuff out. And that stuff's a pain to vacuum. So I just try to keep it clean until the first freeze. And then I put a net over it. Actually, probably won't even need a net this year. If I catch them all first. Last year I put a net over it, like at this time, and shut it off instead of leaving it running. All right. That is all, people. Thanks everybody for all the support, all the Vendu stuff, and all that good stuff, and all the likes, subscribes. Please like this video. Much appreciated if you do. It helps the channel, as you know. I just know I forget all the time to hit the likes until somebody tells me. So please hit the like and follow my other fit channels. I appreciate it. And I will see you all in the next video. Later.